Hey guys, Other Boy Reactions here. Alright, so we're hopping back into Doctor Who. Last time was that interesting two-parter. Not my favorite, but interesting ideas about faith and the idea of the devil and what you believe in. And it was interesting how the Doctor was faced with something that didn't really make sense to him for the first time. And like he said, it didn't fit his rule because he's very logical and, scientific. And this was something that was basically supernatural to him and didn't make sense. And there was no explanation except for he didn't know where that thing came from, if it really was the devil, if it really was telling the truth when it said that it came from before time and space, and which he didn't believe was possible. But at the end he realized it didn't really matter, except that whatever it was an idea. The devil is an idea, and he said, they may never know what it really was, but it was good enough for him that they beat it, that they defeated it. And so he basically was saying that he didn't know what it was. And I thought that was interesting because usually he knows everything. The Ood were very interesting to me too. I wonder if we'll ever see, were they the only, was that the only group of Ood, or are we going to see them again, like on a different planet or something? I don't know. Oh, another thing that I didn't mention in the last video was that, the demon, it pretty much knew everything about all of the characters in that episode, including the Doctor and Rose, which was very creepy, and I think it freaked out the Doctor, but he kind of like pushed that aside and compartmentalized and didn't want to think about it, which I thought was interesting. And he basically told Rose not to think about it and that it was lying. I have a very bad feeling that it was not lying, because how could it know? It knew things about them. I could see it maybe knowing things about that crew because maybe it overheard things, but there's no way it could know that the Doctor's past. It knew about the Doctor's past, and it knew, so that's why I feel like what it said about Rose, that she is going to die in battle very soon. I have a feeling that's how she gets off the show. She's gonna die, which I'm very sad about. I hope it's not true, but I just feel like they don't do anything, everything that they say and do in the show, has a reason and a meaning. So, I just have a feeling that's what's gonna happen to her. I don't know how, but, I could be wrong, but we will see. So of course I have no idea where they're going in this next episode. But they have the TARDIS back, which is great, so they can continue their journey. And we will have to see what happens. Let's get into it. Alright, this is Doctor Who, Season 2, Episode 10, Love and Monsters. The fuck? Ew!
That's what it did. It went... Look at the lovely food. Isn't it nice?
Ah! Oh my god.
You made it worse! He said blue! I said not blue! Hold on. Don't I know you?
I don't know, do you?
But that is where it all started. 'Cause that's when I first met the Doctor.
I guess it could have happened yesterday for the Doctor.
My name is Elton, not to be confused with... I left school, I got a job, transport manager, retail logistics.
Oh wow. He was there. Yep. The big asteroid thing. Yeah.
I should say, this isn't, you know, my whole life. It's not all spaceships and stuff. And then one day, on some obscure little blog by someone called Ursula Blake, it was like chance in a million. Dr. what?
That's all anyone knows.
I've seen him. Doctor, I swear to you, I saw him when I was a kid. Oh, my God. You believe me?
Not the only one.
So that's how I met Ursula.
Oh.
She was like a proper mate. Poor Ursula. But like she said, there was this little community.
Wait, what
a
happened?
select few, all with their stories of the Doctor. Mr. Skinner, first name Colin, but we always called him Mr. Skinner. Then there was Bridget,
Now, all these different doctors come and go.
all down without fail,
Ah.
just for the meetings. Then there was Bliss.
What
A
I'm
phone box.
is sum up
No
the Doctor,
hieroglyph.
what he means to us.
She was ever so sweet, Bliss. Bless Bliss, we used to say. What we need is a good, strong name, like a team. Something like London Investigation and Detective Agency. Linda, for short. We got to know each other better and better.
And started all this because her daughter disappeared. It wasn't aliens that took her away. It was just drugs.
Next thing you know, musical Linda. That's when we met Victor Kennedy. And the golden age was gone.
Don't shake hands. Back. I suffer from a skin complaint. Eczema.
Oh, you mean
Eczema.
eczema?
But this is worse. Much worse. A blister to the touch. Back, all of you, further.
How did he even find them? Doesn't
Bliss.
even make sense.
It is Bliss, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Could I have a word with you in private?
No.
All
Well,
of a
Black
sudden,
Girl's the first one to
anyone
go.
saying So, we were working for Victor Kennedy. No sign of Bliss.
Right.
Do you know where she is?
No idea.
Yes, didn't she tell you? She's getting married.
You met him, and you froze, you stupid man!
You can't hit me, because you don't touch. You said so you get a rash and an itch.
I can use this!
Use that cane on him and you'll get one hell of a smack off me!
Oh
And
yes,
then a
girl.
good kick.
I tell you what, Elton.
You don't have to.
Here
She's
we
doing
are,
all the work.
complete strangers, and I'm flashing you my knickers.
Jackie.
Step 4.
She's so
Find
naughty.
sense.
There's my daughter. She's gone travelling. I keep her bedroom all nice and ready, though, just in case she comes back.
And her name is...
Rose.
Well, if I had you making a nice cup of tea like this, I wouldn't stray far from home.
You're a charmer.
Oh.
Say it again.
Oh, Bridget!
Oh fuck. Oh. How
was strange.
cute.
The amount of things that needed doing.
Oh my god.
It's like that flat was jinxed.
He's so naive. Was that really his ass? Damn.
Fuses, they keep on blowing.
You should take your jacket off.
No, why not? Just...
Oh, look, you must be boiling. Oh, look at your shirt.
Oh my god, Jackie.
I'm fine, it's all right.
Ruined it.
No, honestly, it's fine.
Take it off. I'll put it in the wash.
Oh, come on, it's only
Take
a
it
little
off.
drop.
Ah, bitch.
There now. Ruined.
Perfect infiltration.
Anything could be happening to her, anything. And I'll just go a bit mad. Put your shirt back on.
Never mind about Rose. I'm not even going to ask. And I will put my shirt back on. Because I'm going to go out and get us both a pizza. Because I reckon you need cheering up.
Oh.
She goes swanning off, and who's left to care about you, eh? So I say, nice bit of pizza. We'll put the telly on nice and loud. We'll annoy that woman next door. Just you and me as proper mates.
Oh
Yeah?
my god.
Mates. Go on.
Oh,
Say yes.
that's adorable.
Yes.
Oh fuck.
Because it's never me, is it?
No, but that's how it
Oh.
started, but I changed my
Let me
mind.
tell you something about those who get left behind. Because it's hard. And that's what you become, hard. But if there's one thing I've learned, it's that I will never let her down. And I'll protect them both until the end of my life. Just get out of here! I said get out! And leave me alone!
We were friends. No wonder they stopped coming.
Oh god,
I'm
put
sorry,
it together,
Victor,
guys.
But you're on your own. Because I am leaving.
And so are you, Mr. Skinner. And as for you, Ursula, you're coming with me. And we're going to the Golden Locust and we're going to have a Chinese.
What's that got to do with it?
I mean, you and me, together. Having
What's
a
that
meal.
got to do with it? Oh, if you want. Oh my god, this is so cute. Oh my god.
You can't leave.
He's
Ursula,
okay with it.
get your stuff.
Oh,
Mr. Skinner, are you coming? Not to the Chinese, if you don't mind. Just sort of.
I certainly am.
what
The
is
rest
he?
of me.
Ew.
With aliens. Now meet the genuine article.
What about Bliss? Where is she?
She's in there too.
I said you really don't want to know.
Oh, she's in his ass.
You're some sort of absorbathon.
Absorbeloff.
Yes, I like that.
You're gonna let them go if I have to beat them out of
Yes.
No, please don't hit me.
Oh fuck! No!
I'm so sorry.
No!
Touch me.
Ursula. Save yourself, boy! Run for your life!
My god. Get out! Ew! Look how fast he is.
Everything I ever wanted.
It's been absorbed.
Oh my god.
You upset my mum.
Not from Raxacoricophalopatorius, are you?
I was born on a twin planet.
Really? What's the twin planet of Raxacoricophalopatorius?
Clon.
Clom.
Yes, and I'll return there victorious once I possess your traveling machine, and I'll absorb him unless you give yourself to me.
Sweet, maybe. Passionate, I suppose, but don't ever mistake that for nice. Do what you want.
No.
Linda United!
Where are they?
Bye-bye, Elton.
No! It's not fair. What? You fucking asshole, you didn't even try to help him.
An elemental shade had escaped from the Howling Halls. I stopped it, but I wasn't in time to save her. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Because that was the night my mother died. I had this nice little gang. And they were destroyed. Maybe that's what happens if you touch the Doctor. Even for a second. I keep thinking of Rose and Jackie. And how much longer before they pay the price.
Elton! Fetch a spade!
Here she is.
Could
Oh
be
my
worse.
God.
At least I'll never age. And it
Oh
really
my
is quite
God.
peaceful. You'd be
What?
surprised.
It's a relationship of sorts.
No.
We manage. We've even got a bit of a love life.
Oh, let's not go into that.
And I don't care what anyone thinks. I love her. They tell you it's all grow up, get a job, get married, get a house, have a kid, and that's it. The truth is, the world is so much stranger than that. It's so much darker and so much madder. And so much better.
I thought it was really good up until that last part. Because I was warned that this was that this episode and the next episode are one of the worst episodes. It had so much potential though. It could have been so good because I love that it wasn't even about, you know, the Doctor and Rose. I mean it was, but it focused on these other characters who I thought were so interesting and cute, and you know, it was about loneliness and you know, Elton's, you know, he was so desperate to be a part of something, and then this thing comes along that literally can make him a part of something and make him a part of, you know, he'll be absorbed. I love how they started out being, you know, obsessed with looking for looking for something, the doctor, but they were looking for something that was missing in their life because they were all lonely. They all had this hole in their life, and it brought them together, and eventually it it started to not even be about the doctor, and it started to, they were just hanging out and having fun, and they became friends, and they cared about each other, and they were a community, and I thought that was beautiful because they realized that you can't just keep looking for something when what you have right in front of you is beautiful. What they had was beautiful. They even if it was for a short time, they became a family, and I thought that was beautiful because it was done so quickly, and we only got to see a little bit of each character, but I still cared about those characters more than I cared about the characters in the last 2 episodes. Even though this was like campy, it was very like, it reminded me of because I know Russell T Davies did the original Queer as Folk. It reminded me of the first episode of Queer as Folk. I could have gotten past, the monster looked kind of ridiculous, and he absorbed them, but it made sense because they all wanted to be a part of something, and then they got their wish. It was like this great metaphor, but then the doctor did nothing to help them. I guess there was nothing he could do once they were absorbed. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, they were still alive. But the doctor didn't do anything to help him. And then fucking Ursula is like just a face on, a fucking cement tile. Like, that was stupid. That ruined all the work that they did, that Russell T Davies did in building these characters and building the story and making us feel for them. That fucking killed like everything. And then he's like, oh, we even have a love life. Yeah, I wonder what she has to do for you. She's only a fucking face. She's a fucking mouth. Like, it was just, I thought it was so good up until then because I really began to care about Elton, and I thought, it was sweet, his relationship with Jackie, the short time that they had. And, again, the theme was like loneliness because Jackie, of course she's lonely. She misses her daughter. She rarely ever gets to see her. Rose only phones every now and then. She has no idea where Rose is, and it's about being left behind. She's always left behind. And, she just wanted, some company. I thought it was beautiful when, she was ready to she's seducing Elton. She's ready to have sex with him. And then she gets the phone call from her daughter, and it snapped her back to reality. And she was like, you know what, we don't have to do this. It's better if you just go home. She was just lonely. And then he was like, no, you know what? That's okay. We don't have to have sex. We can just hang out, and we'll get a pizza, and we'll watch TV. And I thought that was so beautiful and so wholesome. And but then of course it got ruined because she found the photo of Rose, and she realized he just was kind of using her. I thought their relationship was so cute. He got so much into my system that I really wanted him to be a main cast member. I wanted him to join Rose and the doctor. I found him so interesting. I found it one of the most interesting episodes of the season so far. If it wasn't for that ending, that would have been one of my top ones. surprisingly. I know a lot of people are not gonna like that, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck is he talking about? But I really thought Elton was interesting, and I loved, you know, his budding relationship with Ursula, and it's so interesting how they make you, Russell T Davies made me care for these characters in such a short amount of time. Do you know how hard that is? Like, all those characters, like, they didn't get a lot of dialogue, but the little that they did have was meaningful, and like the montages and the music made a difference. But I mean, and Elton really carried the episode. He really did. I was fascinated by him, and I understood his loneliness, and I understood his need to want to be a part of something and belong to something, and you know, feeling like something is missing in your life. And you know, he finally found it. But like he said, like, those that get close to the Doctor, I think they're really trying to hammer that into our heads, that those who get close to the Doctor, you know, they can be doomed. Because, so that's another thing that makes me think Rose is gonna die very soon. So it was sad. It was very sad. And all those other fucking people they're just gone. That's not fair. And it's like the Doctor had like no reaction. He was just like, he could care less. Like, I feel like David Tennant and Billie Piper were just like, you know, we need a break. Like, we're tired. We're working, you know, 18-hour days or whatever. And so like, we need an episode where, you know, where we have very little to do. And so like, they wrote this, you know, Elton character and focused on him. Like, I feel like, and then when they were on screen, everything was just very, you know, they're just going through the motions. Even Billie Piper, I feel like she usually is a decent actress, and she can certainly cry, but then when she didn't look like she really cared that Elton was sad, and she was just like it was like so fake. And I mean, I know she didn't really know him, but like, you just saw his friends like get murdered, and like, okay, he pissed off your mom, but like, he doesn't deserve that. And the Doctor like had no reaction. He's just like did nothing to help. That still baffles me. He didn't even try. I don't know. I just thought it was so weird. But I really liked Elton. I really liked his friends. Like, even though it was campy, they were so real. Because they're just regular people who were lonely. I mean, that's what it was. I mean, that woman, Bridget, lost her daughter. She was looking for her. You know, she became a drug addict. You know, that happens. And, you know, they're all kind of nerdy and like, misfits. That's what they were. They were others. They were others. They just, I feel like I would have had fun in that group. It's really sad that they're gone. And Ursula, I don't remember her name, the actress's name, but I recognize her from Harry Potter. She has that voice. She was good in this too, because she and Elton were just cute. They're just all so innocent. And this thing comes and like ruins their lives. And it's not exactly the Doctor's fault, but I mean, indirectly it's his fault, because this thing was after the Doctor. But I don't know. It's just sad. And like, we're never gonna see Elton again. I thought he was so interesting. I really did. And like, I needed a break from from the Doctor and Rose, because I don't know, sometimes the Doctor is just so over the top sometimes, and it's like, I just needed a break from that, and this was a really nice break. I just really liked Elton. I wanted him to be a main cast member. Oh well. Well, I enjoyed it. Other than, you know, the last like 5 minutes of that episode, I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too, and if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like full reactions, please check out my Patreon by going to the link down below. Alright guys, I will see you next time. Bye.
I can